After watching this video, you're going to have all the information you need in order to build your class correctly. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be breaking down how the main skills work, the support skills, and the spirit skills. I'm going to break everything down in a very simple way. And with all the info you get today, even if you're following a build guide, it's just going to be much easier because you're going to know exactly what you're looking at. If you guys do enjoy the video, and only if you do, drop a like, sub to the channel, because I got a bunch of more guides and builds on the way for the game. And now let's jump right into it. So the first thing you need to know is the gems. Let's take a look at it. We are going to have three main gems here: uncut skill gems, then you have uncut support gems, and uncut spirit gems. Now these are higher level because I am at the end game. You're going to start at level 1. Let's say that, you get a uncut skill gem, level 1. So how does this work? You're going to press on this skill, but then you see a new menu and you will see 1, 3, 5, 7. So as you progress, you're going to have higher skill gems and you're going to be able to unlock higher skills. Let's say at this point, we have what we need in order to unlock the Frostbolt. So if this was the case, I'm going to create this skill right here by pressing engrave. And then once you go to the menu, you will see that you will find it in your inventory. That's as simple as that. Now we need to equip it. So I'm going to pick this up and just slot it in here. Boom. You'll see that it popped up on the bottom right and we're good to go. The skill is active, right? That's essentially how your skill gems work. However, that's not where it ends. Actually, that's where it starts, because now we need to talk about uncut support gems. These are different kinds of skills that make your main skill stronger in many ways. This can be in damage, it can completely change how the skill works, and so on. Now we're going to take a look at that. But the system is the same. Essentially, you get an uncut support gem. The higher the level of the uncut support gem, the higher level skills you're going to be able to purchase. So if I press this right here, you will see that we have skills that popped up. Now, what you need to know is that not all support gems are going to work for all main skills. So how do we know which one works? If we go into our skills and take a look at the skill that we slotted, which is Frostbolt, you will see that right under its name, it says AoE, projectile, cold, and duration. So mostly those are the support gems that are going to work for this skill and make it better. So let's take a look at some of these support gems now. Now, we already saw how you create a support gem. It's pretty simple, right? You go to your support gem, click on it, then you pick whatever you want. Now, there's two ways to pick the support gem for your skill. Once you have it equipped, it will pop up. So you see Frostbolt right here. And you're going to press on it and it will give you recommended gems. Now you can unlink this, and in that case, you will see all of the gems that are available in the game. However, you need to pay attention which ones are going to work. So for example, if I go to this one, you will see that it doesn't say any of those things that Frostbolt says. In this case, AoE, projectile, cold, and duration. However, if I type in duration here, right, I will see that there's a bunch of options. Now I have a few already created, so let's take a look at how it works. We're gonna go to our inventory, open up our skills. Frostbolt is ready to go, and we have crafted quite a few support gems here. So let's say the first one, which is wild shards. Let's slap it in here and take a look. Supported skills have a 20% chance to fire 8 additional projectiles in a circle. So instead of just casting one normally all the time, you have a 20% chance to go crazy. And it looks beautiful, the damage is awesome, and obviously the clear is good too. So there's skill gems like that that will affect your main skill and turn it into something ridiculous. Now let's take a look at some of the other ones that I have here. Boom, ready to go. We also slapped in glaciation. Supported skills cause 50% more freeze buildup. So if you're trying to make a freeze build and freeze your enemies faster, this is perfect. They're getting hit, the freeze buildup is higher. There you go. Very simple. And the final one is supported spells gain a seal every 200% of cast time to a maximum of 2 seals. So essentially another one that affects how this is going to function. So every few casts, instead of like throwing one out there, you're going to be throwing more of the Frostbolts out there. So all of these things, support gems, just made my main skill much better. Okay, that's how support gems work for the main gems. And by the way, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I will gladly answer any of it. I always try to answer as many comments as possible. Now, let's talk about the spirit gems, because this is where a lot of people really get confused about this. So essentially, so look at the spirit gems as a separate system that automates your skills, okay? Now, if we press the uncut spirit gem, you'll see that we'll have a few options here. My character is a witch, but I'm going to be using the spirit gem from the sorceress. In this case, we're going to take a look at cast on freeze. Once again, you're going to click on this. This is how it drops into your inventory. You slot it in. We're going to equip cast on freeze. Now, one thing you need to know is that the spirit gems require spirit. In order to see how much spirit you have, you're just going to hover over your mana. And in this case, even after I equipped it, I still have 95 spirit free, but you will see that the cast on freeze required 60 spirit. It says it right there, reservation 60 spirit. That's the amount that this specific one requires. Some other ones might require 100 and so on. Now that I have this equipped, this is essentially, guys, a system to automate your skills. And if you pay attention to the name, it says it all, cast on freeze. So every time I'm going to freeze an enemy, whatever I slot in here, those things are going to happen. And that's pretty much it. It's also very simple. So any of these skills, if I wanted to, I could slot in here and it would cast every time when I would freeze an enemy. But those are not the skills I want there. Instead, I want the skill called Comet to cast every time I freeze an enemy. I'm going to slot this in here, and this skill looks beautiful. Every time I freeze someone, a beautiful comet flies in, smashes everything. But there's more you can do. You can equip support gems right here. Let's slap these in. And now when the comet spawns in, it's not gonna be just a normal comet, but instead it's also gonna have all of these support things with it, which means that every time we freeze an enemy, a very strong comet flies in and destroys everything. So essentially what you're doing is you're picking up a skill with all the support gems and putting it into a spirit gem and automating the system. And that's it. As mentioned, we wanted something on freeze, but if you take a look, you will see that there's one on ignite, for example. So you would pick this up, and whatever you want to happen when you're igniting an enemy, you would slot those skills and support gems into that. Now you will notice that my character has this shield around her, right? Now the cool thing is you can have a few of spirit gems equipped at the same time as long as you have spirit. So for example, if we go down here, you will see that I have 2 more spirit gems active. Right here, we have Arctic Armor. That is the armor that you see. And on this one, we have Herbalism, for example, 30% increased recovery from life flasks while a supported skill is active. And this is how you activate it and deactivate it. You just click on it and you will see that it will just go away. And then if you activate it, it will pop up again. This will take your spirit while it's active. That's all you need to know. And then we also have, for example, Elemental Invocation. And we have another one right here called Elemental Invocation. This is also for my build to build up the freeze faster, have better energy systems and whatnot. But yeah, that's about it. These are all automated systems, essentially. So we're using 3 at the moment. We might even add another one in the future if I cook something up. I don't know. But I hope this explained the basic info and the main information so that you guys are not like super confused when you're building up a character, okay? Once again, if you guys did enjoy this one, and only if you did, drop a like and sub to the channel. Stay positive, stay disciplined, and I'll see you all on the next one.